Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Tribune UPSC Navigator series. Today we are embarking on a crucial journey for every aspiring civil servant. UPSC often feels like a giant maze to aspirants. Too many stages, too many myths and way too many rules. It can all be overwhelming. Therefore, before diving into strategies and books, it is absolutely essential to understand the exam's fundamental structure, its stages, eligibility criteria, and most importantly, what the Commission actually tests. Once that is clear, everything else truly falls into place. And to shed light on this often complex topic, we have with us today a seasoned expert, Mr. Parveen Bansal. He is the head and chairman of Abhimanu IAS Preparation Center in Chandigarh. Welcome to the Tribune UPSC, Mr. Bansal.
Thank you.
First of all, tell us what are the three stages of UPSC Civil Services examination and how do they connect?
First of all, you have very rightly said that it's a daunting task and there are too many stages. Actually, that the pattern of the exam itself makes it slightly tough and intimidating, to be precise, because we have number of one-day exams going on, like if you see SSC also, banking, all these are one-day exams. But UPSC is a unique exam because it tests you in three stages. First is the preliminary stage where you are tested for MCQ questions, multiple choice questions, right? And the second stage is the mains examination, that is subjective questions. And the third stage is your verbal test like interview. So these are the three stages in UPSC, and more importantly, these three stages actually judge you differently. And you also grow as a person and a candidate once you prepare for preliminary, then you prepare for mains, and then you prepare for interview.
Preparing for such a long time.
This thing everybody knows, right? I think my students will be more interested in knowing that, more slight intricate details about the pattern itself. For example, preliminary is conducted in the month of May end, right? Its result comes just within 15-20 days, right? And mains are conducted within 2.5 to 3 months of the prelim examination, right? And then after mains, then your interview's result comes in the month of December or early January, and immediately after that, within 20 to 30 days, interviews start. So that is the intricacies of pattern which everybody should care for while preparing.
And then we come to the scoring pattern of it, like how do the marks are distributed across prelims, mains and the interview stages.
Yeah, right. A candidate must clearly know the distribution of marks, because this helps us to strategize also, where you have to put more emphasis and where the emphasis has to be less, right? In preliminary, total marks are 400 marks. There are two papers of 200 marks each. But there is one general studies paper and then one CSAT paper is there. And CSAT is just qualifying, and 200 marks of GS are counted for your qualification to mains examination.
So how many are the qualifying marks for CSAT?
CSAT is only 33%.
You need to score 33% to qualify.
Right, yes, 0.67%. And when it comes to mains examination, there are 7 papers, right? There are 7 scoring papers, although there are 9 papers, but 7 are the scoring papers, the marks of which are counted in the next stage. There are 4 GS papers carrying 250 marks each, then there is 1 essay paper carrying 250 marks, and there are 1 optional having 2 papers carrying 250 marks each. So in total, the marks are 1750.
Okay.
1750, right? But virtually each paper is carrying 250 marks. Now, on the basis of your score in this mains, you are called for the next stage interview, and interview carries 275 marks. So that makes a total of 2025. Your merit out of 2025 marks decide your place in the list.
Okay. So is there some kind of a cutoff for this, like out of 2025
marks? No, there is no cutoff.
Okay. So generally, you need to score above 1500, or what's the threshold?
It's a very humorous question, because sometimes UPSC is essentially a low scoring exam.
Okay.
Recently, a parent came to me and I told him that if your student gets 45%, you will be IAS.
Okay.
So that parent was abnormally happy. Because मेरा बच्चा तो बन गया, I'm through, because my child is always getting 90% plus. So that please don't carry this misconception. UPSC is essentially a very scoring exam. Definitely, if you get between 45 to 50%, you are through.
Okay.
Although cutoffs vary every year. But see, 50% is the ceiling nowadays.
Okay. So if you score 50%, 45 to 50%, then you have a good chance of becoming a civil servant.
Seems very simple, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. So eligibility criteria, like there's a whole list of eligibility criteria. So what are the eligibility criteria which first time aspirants they trip up on those?
See, primarily there are two criteria which a normal candidate has to look for. That is, first is educational qualification.
Okay.
Right. Although preparation starts much earlier, but the eligibility to appear in the exam is that you should have a degree of graduation, right? And you must be a graduate at least. And secondly, the age criteria is important, that you should be 21 years on a designated date, and you should not have completed 32 years at a designated date. So for a general category student. So the age frame is between 21 years to 32 years.
Okay, for generals.
Yes.
Right. And you need to be like the students who are in their final year of graduation, they can appear?
Definitely they can appear. See, this is again a misconception sometimes. If you are in final semester of your studies, you can appear in the examination. Only thing is that before you fill your mains forms, your result should be there, which normally comes.
And then a lot of aspirants are confused about choosing a optional subject. So how much does it matter to choose a right optional subject in the bigger picture?
Okay, we always say that in UPSC every single marks count. But each and everything is important. Essay is important, GS is important, optional is important. But if we see the long term trends, then in 2013, up till 2013 there used to be 2 papers of optionals, and optional carried a weightage of 1200 marks. Okay. That was out of 2000 marks. At that time mains marks were 2000 and optionals were having a weightage of 60%. So at that time optional subjects were very, very important. Nowadays the weightage of optionals is only 500 marks. That is 500 out of 1750, which roughly makes it 30%, 29 to 30%. So that is, if you statistically speak, then you may say that weightage of optional is less, so that relatively less important. But no, don't commit this mistake of understanding it like this, because every mark counts in UPSC. You don't know where you are going to get marks. So out of 500, normal score is 250 to 270. Suppose you are able to get 30 more marks in the optional subject. Well, that is the game.
And sometimes, there's a list of optional subjects which are called high scoring optional subjects, and the ones which are not that high scoring. And the student who is not having, somebody is not familiar with the particular subject, but just because it's a high scoring subject, they opt for it. Is that a right thing to do?
Absolutely not. That is the biggest misconception any student carry in UPSC, because they adopt a moderation process. So there is nothing called scoring or non-scoring optional. Only thing you have to do is that you have to perform relatively better in among the students with the same optional. Okay. See, if this would have been the case, then the list was to be dominated by the maths optional or physics optional, yes. But that is not the case.
Okay. And what are the some other misconceptions which aspirants have, and which they should not be?
One misconception you have already said, that this optional is scoring and this optional is not scoring. Second misconception which I always say is that there is nothing called lengthy or small optional. कि ये छोटा है, ये बड़ा है. This should not be the criteria in mind. Your candidate has to think in which optional one or he or her is comfortable, right? And the third misconception is that this optional is easy or tough. There is nothing called easy or tough. It depends upon your educational background and your interest.
Okay.
And one of the last one is, you may consider it as a misconception that to keep a optional, thinking that it will help in general studies.
Right.
Although this seems very logical that you keep history because it will help you in general studies, you keep geography, it will help you in general studies, you keep sociology, it will help you in general studies, keep public administration, political science, it will help you. So I am covering all the optionals. So every optional in one way or the other helps in the main. The candidates are just, I can give a very small tip, although we can discuss it in coming episode, we will discuss it in detail, that what should be the objective criteria of deciding the optional. But one thing you should, see, you have to judge the optional on the basis of your comfort in that, your interest in that. You should not forget this thing, that your interest matters at the end. You have to really study hard for the optional, and you will be able to do so only if you have interest.
And about the whole format, UPSC format, are there any misconceptions in that also?
Yes, see, every candidate has a different way of looking at the pattern of examination, if at different stages. But when I differentiate between a serious student and a non-serious student, so a serious student will think in terms of preparation while looking at the pattern. And for example, a serious student will definitely see the pattern that all the three stages are interlinked. See, it is not that you can prepare for every stage separately. So you pre and mains preparation go side by side. Right? It is not, they cannot be separated actually. Right? This is one misconception, that first prepare for pre and then you can prepare for mains. You don't have any time for preparing for mains. You have to prepare beforehand. And this is one of the misconception. And second misconception is that sometimes we say that pre is easy and mains is difficult. So that is not the case. See. You have to give importance to every stage separately and prepare every stage in a timely manner.
Right.
So these are the two misconceptions anybody
so
can
there are no
have.
watertight compartments like prepare for prelims and don't think about mains
No,
and
no,
then.
no. It is actually not the case.
Thank you, Mr. Bansal, for your valuable inputs.
Thank you very much, and thanks for inviting me and giving me such a platform so that students can benefit from the experience which we have, and their precious time is saved.
UPSC Civil Services Examination is a meticulously designed process, testing not just knowledge but a candidate's entire personality and potential for public service. Join us next time as we delve deeper into the specific strategies and resources for conquering the UPSC maze. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep aspiring.